Okay, here it is. So many things are going on in the news. You might have heard about various things. Okay, you might have heard about this Israel and Palestine dispute that is going on, and downfall of the Syria. Now, what is the things that may happen with the Iran? Because Iran was totally dependent on the Syria. Now there is a downfall of the Syria. So how the events that are going to turn out in the future for the Iran? So all these things, in order to understand, we need to understand the things in a comprehensive manner. You will not be able to understand in a dissected manner. Many things are happening in the news. Okay, I will, should we write notes? No, Dharani. Everything will be, the PDF will be provided in the group. Nothing to write. Just watch the session carefully. Okay, many things I have already posted these things for the Telegram also. Now, in this class, I'm trying to compile all these things at one place and providing you the conceptual clarity of various things that are happening in the news. See here, while doing this thing, we'll also cover the various mapping related aspects as well, because IR is also related with the mapping. Now, these Iran's nuclear facilities are also appearing frequently in the news, because now there are fears that Israel's next target might be the Iran. So these nuclear sites can be attacked by the Israel. So this thing is also in the news. We need to carefully study about these things. Okay. Then we will also be going through what is the crisis Israel and Palestine that are going through. What is the dispute between them, and various things. Will start also from the Sykes-Picot agreement. So these things are also helpful for your world history and aspects related to this thing. What is a major cause of concern? Whenever these things comes in the news, you will be no more concerned about these topics. You will understand the current affairs properly, comprehensively. Okay, people think we will be able to do these things by reading the current affairs magazine, but trust me, it is not that easy for you to do the current affairs magazine and do it by yourself, until unless you have already attained that conceptual clarity. You have given the multiple mains, you have come to that point where you don't need any kind of coaching and guidance. But unfortunately, many people believe that no, we can read the magazines. That's not possible. There are, all these magazines are very bulky, highly bulky, and it will overwhelm you. Okay. See now, the number of locations which we do in the mapping locations which we are going to cover, these locations, we will be able to cover so many things which you will take maybe 2 days, 3 days. But we are doing this thing in the 1.5 hour. The reason is we are effectively utilizing the time. Here, I have compiled all the important things at one place. I'm also explaining you the most relevant aspects so that you don't get disturbed by reading so many things. So you know precisely and concisely what I have to focus. Okay, shall we start, everyone? Shall we start? So shall we do it with a very high focus for the next 1.5 to 2 hours? Okay, are you guys are ready to learn good concepts? Shall we start? Hmm? Everyone in the comment box. Okay. Chalo. Okay, Bharti, Dharani. Okay, let's start. So, why this Israel's air defense system is in the news? You might have heard. Okay, recently, Israel. Okay, please don't draw anything. Okay, please leave this thing, leave this board for me. Please don't draw anything. Okay, you might have heard that Israel has attacked the Iran's embassy in the Syria. Iran's embassy in the Syria, right? Even the Hamas chief, when he was residing in the Iran, got killed. So now this is invasion in the Iran sovereignty. If someone attacks India's embassy, will the India will keep quiet? No, right? So Israel has attacked Iran's embassy in the Syria, and also the person, the Hamas chief lying in the Iran. Now, who are these Hamas? Why the Israel is attacking Iran, or why they are in controversy with the Syria? All these things we will try to understand. Okay, one by one. Now, first, let me build the base. So, when the Israel has attacked these things of the Iran, then is Iran went on for the missile attacks on the Israel. So Iran has blew missiles over the Israel. Now there is if the Israel don't counterattack these missiles, Israel might have destroyed by now, right? Someone is attacking missiles on you. You should be having something to counterattack that. Okay, we have ballistic missiles. Ballistic missiles are those missiles which we use generally to attack the other countries. Okay, so now what we are doing is, yeah, can you please just let's not disturb the board, please. Okay, okay. Ballistic missiles, we try to attack with the other countries. Okay, we'll come to that thing. Intercontinental ballistic missiles are there, short range ballistic missiles are there. Okay, long range ballistic missiles are there. Now, these are the missiles we generally use for the defense purposes. Now, Iran is the country that has attacked the Israel. Now, Israel has those kind of systems which it is able to counter those incoming ballistic missile systems. That is anti-ballistic defense systems it has. So now what are those? These things can become very important for the prelims point of view. Now, various missiles have entered into the Israel. So Israel has a kind of protection system like this. Okay, they have the Iron Dome. Then there is one more layer, David Sling, and there is one more layer called the Arrow 2 and 3. What does it mean? So if any missile is entering into the Israel's atmosphere, first Arrow will try to attack it. Arrow 2 and arrow 3. 3 is a much more longer distance. Okay, first arrow 3 will try to attack it. If arrow 3 is missed, arrow 2 will attack it. If arrow 2 is missed, David will attack. If David is also missed, Iron Dome will attack it. Okay, now there is slight differences. Now in the Iron Dome, there is no missile in it. What happens is, so I will send a kind of small bomb in a some kind of rocket, and once the missile is coming, then this rocket will blow off. So this is how the Iron Dome will work. In the David Sling and the Arrow 2 and Arrow 3, it's like something. Now see, you are coming in with a very high speed car towards me. I just placed a very strong rod in front of you, so your car will be destroyed, right? So in the David and Arrow 2 and Arrow 3, so I will throw at you something because of which, with the speed the incoming missile is coming, that gets destroyed. So am I clear here? So what is Iron Dome? So all these three layers are the Israel's defense mechanisms in order to protect itself from the incoming missile threats. Because Israel is surrounded by we are hostile countries. Hostile means unfriendly countries. Like they have the Lebanon, they have the Syria, Iran, all these things. Entire Arab nations were against this thing. So it has its own mechanism to protect themselves from these countries. So that is also one of the reason why India also wants to make friendship with the Israel and want to acquire this kind of technology. Now, can you see here in the prelims, they will ask you Iron Dome. What is the range of the Iron Dome? This is very short range, right? Up to 70 kilometers. Then you have the David Sling up to 300 kilometers. Then you have the Arrow system up to 2400 kilometers. This is what I'm trying to explain. Iron Dome, David, Arrow 2, and the Arrow 3. Right? Apart from this, they have also one more defense system, that is THAAD. Now, this thing they have taken up from the. Can someone tell me THAAD? Who has developed the THAAD? Can someone tell me? Very important thing. THAAD, who has developed it? I'm giving you
Sir,
option. Huh?
USA.
Very good, very good. So USA has developed it. Okay. In the same way, S-400 is a system developed by the Russia. Okay, so when we have purchased this S400, because we also have the nearby all these Pakistan and China, we are also afraid of it. So we have also purchased such kind of defense system, but we have purchased it from the Russia. USA said, "Bro, please purchase from us." Okay, then we said, "No, no, no, we'll purchase from the S400." Then USA said, "We'll impose sanctions." Then India said, "अरे भाई, it is our sovereignty. क्यों हमारे internal affairs में उंगली कर रहे हो?" Okay, it's like it's not that we are having very good relationships with the USA, some disputes keep on happening with the USA also. So it is very tricky. You have to manage all these things. Now, from the prelims point of view, am I clear? All these things. So that's it. If any question comes on the THAAD Arrow system, David Sling, and the Iron Dome, it is clear. So it is the lowest layer, has a short range. Okay, it is mobile and carries warhead to destroy the missile. Okay, it's like stunner. Okay, it will go and hit that thing and it will be destroyed. So same thing, David and the iron. So it's not all these things. Just you can briefly have an idea. It is enough. While revising for the exam, I'll just go through this diagram before the prelims. That's it. My things will be clear. In order to give the additional references, I have given this thing. So am I clear so far? Everything is clear so far. So are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Chalo, let's move towards the next topic. Iran and Israel. Why there is such a issue happening? Why there is a conflict of the Iran and Israel? So currently, like I have told you, now this is more recent context. Downfall of the Syria. Okay. Now there is a downfall of the Syria. Okay. Before that also, like I have told you, Israel has attacked the Iran consulate in the Damascus. Damascus is capital of the Syria. It's very important. You need to know. Okay, Damascus is the capital of the thing. Okay, then why they are attacking this thing and why there is thing. Okay, so now here you need to also understand the Hamas and you also need to understand the Hezbollah. I'll come to that thing. For a now, for a time being, understand these are also certain group of people or certain militant organizations. This Hezbollah is a militant organization of the Lebanon, and this Hamas is the militant organization of the Gaza. Okay, both of them are against the Israel. Both of them, they don't like Israel, and this is the most they are more they are this Gaza is the most biggest problem that Israel faces than the Lebanon. Now Iran support these two groups. Okay, Iran is supporting those groups which Israel does not want. Even Pakistan also does this thing for India. Pakistan supports those kind of groups which India does not have any good relationships with. So Israel wants to attack those things. Okay, so because of this thing, like I have already mentioned, as Israel has attacked this thing, Iran has given the retaliatory attacks. Okay, Iran has tried to attack the militarily, has sent the missiles, which was countered by the Israel, which we have studied, countered by the Israel through this defense system. Now, these things, all these things are happening since the March, April, May. So, are we not covering the 1 year back current affairs? So, I am also covering the current affairs that has happened during the time of the March, April, and May as well. So, all those things I have summarized and I have kept at one point for you. Now, then USA came and why are you attacking the other nation? So, there is a Article 51 under the UN Charter of the UNSC. UNSC is one of the important organ of the UN. Okay, UN has many six organs and some special organs present for this. Principal organs, six principal organs, and one such principal organ is the UNSC. According to that, there is a Article 51 of the UN Charter. So, as per this UN Charter's Article 51, if any countries try to attack you in terms of the self-defense, you can attack that. So, Iran has used it to attack the Israel, and Iran also said, if you try to attack us again, then you will face severe consequences from us. Okay, currently, is Iran a nuclear power? It is capable of launching the nuclear bomb, but it does not have the nuclear facilities. Okay, nuclear bombs. Okay, so these are the nuclear facilities: Arak, Fordo, Natanz, Ishafan, Bushehr. Very important for the prelims point of view. They may simply put these things in the prelim section, in the options, and they may ask you what are these. Okay, so these are the nuclear sites of the is Iran. So now what Israel wants to do is Israel want to attack all these nuclear sites because using these nuclear sites, Iran can make a nuclear weapon. If Iran makes a nuclear weapon, it is enough for the Iran to destroy. One nuclear weapon is enough to destroy the entire country. But before that itself, Israel want to destroy all its nuclear weapons. But what the USA or other nations says, don't do that, Israel, please, because Iran may hide these nuclear facilities under the ground. There can be possibility Iran is storing them under the ground. Now, what if Israel fails to destroy all these nuclear facilities? Definitely, Iran will make a nuclear bomb and it can lead to the nuclear disasters. Okay, so that's the reason yeah, the crisis is currently going on. And Iran has strengthened itself in the this UAV. Okay, drones. Okay, there is one of the important drone, Shahid or something like this. Okay, that is recently, just 2 days back, it is coming into the news. So they have made themselves now. So now the upcoming warfare is the most technological warfare. Okay, unconventional warfare. It is no more about the conventional form like militaries are going attacking. No, it is unconventional warfare where the drones are utilized, propaganda is done, technology has been used. Okay, technology and also cyber warfare. All these things are new forms of warfare that is going to come in the future, and India is also needs to prepare with this thing. And also you might have heard about this thing. Okay, Israel has also used the pager to create the bomb blast. Right? Have you heard about this news? Now, this is something an electronic equipment is being used. It is a kind of weaponization of the electronic equipment. Pager. Now this thing can also happen even in India. So can you see the new forms of weaponization that is happening? The pager was used to kill the militant, right? So it was it was totally unexpected by this Hamas people, and this thing has got destroyed. Okay, so this is what currently the things are happening between the Israel and the Iran. Okay, Iran said, okay, if you, because since the Israel has attacked it, and so Iran is attacking it. But now, what is the history? What is the historical reason? Now, this thing they may ask you in the world history paper one. So we are doing world history paper one aspect. Now, what is this thing? Islamic revolution of the Iran. Islamic revolution of the Iran means there is an ideological shift has happened in the 1979. This is one of the most important revolutionary transformation that has happened in the 1979. Okay, before that, Iran was also a secular nation. Currently, Iran is not secular. Okay, it is ruled based on the Sharia. Okay, Islamic government and ruled based on the Sharia. Okay, the ideological transformation has happened during the 1979. Before 1979, before 1979, okay, what was happening was Iran was having a person X, okay, who is pro USA, pro USA. There was a democratic government. Okay, then okay, let me give you the names as well. Okay, see here. Hmm. Okay, see, the person like who is a pro USA is the Shah. And then there is one more person that is called as a Ayatollah, if I'm not wrong, Ayatollah Khomeini. Okay, these are the two persons. This person is a religious person. Okay, he was living outside the Iran. Now, you might have heard about this Cold War. In the Cold War is a kind of ideological war that was fought between the USA and the Russia. Now, since this person, the Shah, this pro USA Shah government is pro USA. These guys are supported by the USA. There was Ayatollah Khamenei, and this person was supported by the Russia because of the Cold War logic. At the same time, domestically, there was also domestic reasons. Always now see if Pakistan does something to us, if want to do something to us, is it successful? No, because why it is not able to do any cause any harm to India? Because India currently has very good form of stable democracy. So always for any kind of instability to persist, it can be blocked by the constitution. Stable democracy, stable democracy. There should be proper employment. Inflation should be check. Okay, there should not be any kind of divisive forces. Divisive forces means currently, if you have seen the Northeast India, so many things, many troubles are going on. Okay, between the Metis, okay, cookies, okay, the tribal issues are going on. So that is happening in that area. Okay, but if you see the rest of the India, it is more or less we are stable. It is not that there are many separatist forces are trying to take over the power of the India. That is not happening. We are very stable, and that's why we are the third largest economy. But if these things are missing, now say you are fighting, whoever is married there, now they can relate more. If you guys are fighting with your wife or something, okay, now if something middle person comes and try to pour something little more petrol in that, okay, see your wife is this, your husband is that and all, so you will be more prone to fight more, right? So your home internal disturbances can be further aggravated. This was a scenario in the US, in the Iran at that time. The people there were little orthodox, and they were not pro taking the westernization policies. Always there would be right wing. Right wing means, do not think always it is a Hindutva, that kind of thing. No, no. Right wing means religiously they are the having the extremist ideology. Okay, it is not always and is associated with any religion. Anything, any person, any ideology taking the extremist stand is called the right wing. So everywhere there is a right wing group. So something happens, westernization, democratization. Now even today also you might have seen this thing when there is a imposition of the severe Sharia law on the burqas. If the woman is not abiding by this burqa, though severe punishment can be given. So always there is counter forces, these orthodox forces, these idiots are there everywhere. Okay, somehow they have supported. They were not liking this westernization, and they have supported this Ayatollah Khomeini. So at the same time, there was no proper employment, and there was also inflation going on. That's the result. There is a fall of the government. Okay, so this is what called the Islamic Revolution of the Iran. So what happened after that? Now Iran started to rule after this. Okay, now it has taken the Islamic ideology and they have started to rule based on the Sharia. Okay, so from here there is a kind of dispute going on between the Iran and the Israel has started because there is an ideological warfare after the 1979, and at the same time, since USA is the supporter of the previous regime, now they have also attacked the USA's embassy and they have held the hostages. Okay, so this is called the hostage crisis in the India, in the Iran. Okay, they have, it is not important for the exam, just you need to have an idea. Just okay, so this has spoiled the relationships between the Iran and the USA. Very important thing, and this is the starting point for which the relationships between the Israel and Iran also got disturbed. Now you guys got an idea. So this is what I have given. Now, when writing these reasons in the if the Islamic Revolution of the Iran appears in the exam hall, will you be able to write in a proper manner? Now, while writing this thing, I'll write in a domestic reasons and the external reasons. So, what are the domestic reasons? So, authoritarian rule, westernization. Just a minute. Westernization, economic disparity, corruption, cultural discontent, like I have told you, westernization and all. External reasons, US support for the Cold War dynamics and regional instability. So these are the things. So till here it is enough. And this is for more for your reference purposes, which is not that required. Reference purposes, all these things which I have already explained. So now, because of this thing, the complete Middle East has been changed. So this is the scenario in the Iran that is currently happening. So are we able to get the clarity so far why there is a crisis going on between the Israel and the Iran, and what is the root cause of the crisis between the Israel and Iran? So are you clear so far? Mention in the chat box. Are we clear so far? Why there is a kind of conflict between the Israel and Iran? Hmm. Okay, good, good. Okay. So now see, now there is one more thing. So Iran has more Shia population. So in India, you might be hearing about Hindu, Muslim. Okay, Arab states are made up, all of them are Muslims. Now they want some reason to fight. So they will fight Shia and versus Sunni. Shia versus Sunni fight, they will be keep going on. Now, Iran is a country which is in the Shia regime. Rest of the all the Arab states are in the Sunni. Now, the Shia and Sunni is not just the ideological thing; it is also a power game. Okay, Iran is the only country currently which is having the Shia regime. Previously, in the Syria, Ashar al-Basad. Okay, he was also the Shia. So there was a Shia government. Now, have you understood why Iran was supporting the Syria? So Iran was supporting the Syria. Hmm. Uh, now the Syria downfall is going to impact the Iran a lot. Iran is also not having a good relationship with the other countries like Saudi, because Saudi is a major country which is having the Sunni population, right? Even in the Iraq, even in the Iraq, previously, okay, you might have heard about the this ISIS. Who are these ISIS? These are the offshoot of the Sunnis who got arms or who were not satisfied when the regime, which was a Sunni regime, was overthrown by the USA. Now, can you tell me which was the Sunni regime overthrown by the USA? He was hanged publicly. Name starts with yes. Can someone say? Hmm? Saddam Hussein. Okay. So Saddam Hussein, it was a completely again different thing. So Saddam Hussein was he was a kind of okay Sunni, and he was very stronger during when his regime was present. But somehow he went into conflict with the USA. Now, see, when these countries invade, the USA has invaded the Iraq on the pretext of some kind of nuclear bombs and all, and the Saddam Hussein was hanged, and all the Saddam Hussein supporters over a period of time became the formed the ISIS, a militant group. Now, this is what happens when any external group intervenes in the other country's domestic affairs. They are not concerned about your well-being. They try to just make use of the instability in your regime, and they want to cause and they want to establish a kind of government which is suitable for them. No country will want to do the welfare. They want to do some kind of changes in your government, and they want to establish their own pro governments. So in the Iraq, then there was a Sunni regime. It was a Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein was overthrown, and whoever the leftover organizations, they have formed the ISIS, a militant group. Okay, so this is also very important point which I am going to cover again. Okay, just keep this thing in the mind. Now, even this thing was also got defeated recently. But now, with the downfall of the Syria, we are little more concerned again. What is going to happen in the future? Now, why this thing is concerned? Okay, Syria, Syria in the 2011. Now, I'm coming to the Syria. I'm trying to connect all the things because all these things are interconnected. In the 2011, there was an Arab Spring. Arab Spring means all those from those countries where there was monarchy, there was a people got rebellious against the government, and they want to overthrow the rebellious government, and they want to bring the democracy. Even then, there was a Ashar al-Basad, the same Shia person which I have mentioned. Okay, he was almost lost. He was about to lost his Syria in the 2015. But then suddenly, because now this is a Shia, who must have supported this Ashar al-Basad? Iran. Iran is also backed by the Russia. Okay, so the this Arab Spring, there was a rebellious group of people. Generally, it was started with just like unemployed youth, but this revolution suddenly got captured by the terrorist organizations. One such terrorist organization was ISIS. So ISIS took the momentum, and they were trying to defeat the Syria. So ISIS was also trying to defeat the Syria, and there was one more organization that is called the Al Nusra. Al Nusra. At the same time, in between, there was another group called the Kurdish group. All these are important for the exam. Please focus very well. All these are very important for the exam. Okay, there is one more group. So, who were the forces that were trying to act in the Syria or overthrow the government? It was actually youth. So, youth were trying to actually overthrow the government, but suddenly some extremist groups tried to take the revolution. One such group is the ISIS. Second such group is the Al Nusra, and third such group is the Kurdish. Now we have discussed who are the ISIS. So ISIS are the remnants of the Iraq. They want to establish the Islamic caliphate. These are the Sunni group of people. Now that's why Iran has supported the Syria in order to block this ISIS. Now who are this Al Nusra? Al Nusra is another outwing of the Al Qaeda. It is one of the outcome of the outwing of the Al Qaeda. Okay, now who are these Kurdish forces? Kurdish forces are the local tribal people. These are the people who are spread in the Syria, Iran, Iraq, and the Turkey. Now, just like Palestine are asking independence since 100 years almost, these are also group of people, they are demanding the independence. They are facing one of the saddest story. These British people, wherever they went, they have divided those countries, and they have given the independence without taking the local people into the consideration. These Kurds are separated in the Syria, Iran, Iraq, and Turkey. Such a irresponsible people, British people. Now these Kurd people are also fighting from more than 100 years to get the independence. But since these are the people in the Syria also, Iran also, Iraq also, especially Turkey, majority of the people on Turkey is very strongly opposing the Kurdistan, because majority of its province will be lost. Now, have you understood the dynamic? This is the scenario. So, the Syrian government was fighting against the ISIS, Al Nusra, and the Kurdistan. So, then in this time period, the USA, Russia, Iran, and even the Syria, they have made an agreement with the Kurdish people. Because this ISIS, and the Al Qaeda, these are the most terrorist organizations. They said, okay, they called the Kurdish people, bro, we will make a deal. Okay, USA, Russia, even the USA, generally USA and Russia will not come into the agreement, but they have come into the agreement. Even the Syria, okay, they said, okay, please don't fight with us, Kurdistan. We will provide you the country or any kind of autonomy. So this Kurdistan group also fought against this the ISIS. ISIS was when then the most strongest force. It got defeated, and then Al Nusra has settled in some places. Al Nusra finally got settled at some of the places. After the war, Kurdistan, these countries said to the Kurdistan, we'll see. Okay, just go ahead. Okay, they have ignored the Kurdistan people. So these are the people from the past history. They are the most loyal and they give their best, but they never get the things they deserve. Okay, so now what has happened is Al Nusra. This has changed its name. It has got stronger and it has defeated the Syrian government. How this thing has happened? Because whoever the supporters are there, Russia and also the Iran, currently are weakened. Russia is weak because of the which crisis? Ukraine crisis. Iran is weak because of the Israel crisis. So this time, this Al Nusra took this momentum and defeated the Syrian government, and there is a Syrian downfall. So is the story clear? Have you guys understood the story? Have you guys understood the story? Okay. So this is what happened. I have given this thing everything here. Okay. So let me take you to that point of the Syria. Okay. See here. Recent development in the Syria. Bashar al-Assad fall. Capture of the Syrian capital Damascus is a significant development. Assad regime, main actors. Okay. Iran, Iraqi Shia militants, and the Russia. Okay. And then we also have the Syrian Democratic Forces. These are the Kurdish forces. And then HTS, Al-Nusra, previously known as the Al-Nusra. Now these are the guys who captured the power by defeating the Syrian army. Why they are able to capture? The reasons for the attack is Russia got distracted, Iran's influence got weakened due to the Israel attack, and Hezbollah, which also supports Syria, this also got affected by the Israel, and Turkey has supported these guys. Okay, Turkey has supported this STS group. Okay, so because they don't want to make this Kurdistan forces stronger, they have supported this STS, and that's why there is a downfall. And at the same time, this is a in the Syria, in the Syrian economy got affected by this kind of psychotropic drug, psychoactive drug. Drugs, people will sell the drugs to weaken the economy. Even in India, Punjab and Haryana, many people got addicted to drugs. You might have seen this thing in the movies also. In order to weaken a country, the other external countries will supply the drugs so that the youth becomes unproductive. So please be careful, guys. Okay, all this pornography content, all this kind of drugs, tobacco, all these things they want to make you weaker. Your enemies or anything, anyone, any of you guys, they want to make you people addicted, and you guys will turn unproductive, and so that the nation's downfall will also happen. So always we have to be very careful what we are taking and what we are. So this is a very important that they can ask us in the prelims, Captagon, and this thing also you can also use it in the mains somewhere. How does addictions, how the drug addictions, this also play the role in the downfall of the nations. Entire economy of the Syria got affected, and as a result, this also played the major role. Okay, now here again from the Prim's point of view, you need to see these locations, this Afrin, Aleppo, Idlib, Raqqa, and then Damascus. All these are the important provinces for the prelims point of view. Now, where these locations are given, okay, these things were frequently occurring in the news. Now we don't have to study all these locations. Now we are like someone was asking me, sir, do we cover the current affairs of March? Do we cover the January? See, now these are the current affairs of last 2 years, 3 years, to 2015 current affair, 2011 current affair. Everything we have covered in the topic of the Syria. Now, have you guys got the base? What is happening in the Syria? So how the Syrian downfall has happened and why the Iran has supported it, because both of them are the Shia regimes, and now Iran got weakened. So are we clear so far? So what is the crisis now? Iran versus Israel. So am I clear so far? Are you guys following with me? Kiran, Shivani, Dharini, are you guys with me? Following? Okay. Good. Okay. So this is the scenario with the Israel. Okay. Syria. Now let's try to understand the Israel and the Palestine crisis, so that you will also understand who are these Hamas, who are these Hezbollah. Also, you will try to understand. Okay. Now I am going to explain you in a comprehensive manner what is the Israel and the Palestine crisis. Okay. So after these classes, you will understand everything related to the newspaper, all those things, those magazines. You will take only few minutes to read all those magazines. Okay, so you might have how so Israel is a only country for the Jews people. Now there was always anti-Semitic means anti-Jews sentiment in the history. Listen very carefully. These are the very important things. Anti-Semitic means it's a kind of racial abuse against the Jews. Racial abuse. Okay, so why? Okay, there was who killed Jesus? It was Romans. Okay, Roman people killed the Jesus. But there is a belief that it was the Jews who are involved in the killing of the Jesus. Okay, so somehow there was a kind of propaganda was made against the Jews people without any proper facts and anything. So Jews were discriminated since ages, since the first century. And those in those time periods, like in the 10th century, 12th century, 8th century, something happened, some diseases happen. It is always said that these Jews people have done something against the people, so that's why diseases are spreading. If some kidnap happens, they will spread a propaganda that are Jews people, because there is no solution. Even now, even in the India, something happens, okay, these community people, those untouchability, these things come up. The same thing now in those days where there was no authenticity of information, no awareness. You think of those times, so that's why a kind of negative belief, anti-Semitic feeling was developed against the Jews people. Now, Jews people are more hardworking. Okay, they have like they are like you might have heard about this traders, banias, okay, Marwadi people and all. But generally, Marwadi people and all, they don't go for the more investment. Jewish people, they are like they whatever the money they get and they will go for the more investment. So Jews people are actually they have become richest because of their business trading skills, and also because of their innovations, hard work, and they are also most hardworking people. So they became rich. Okay. Now time period came the first World War and Second World War. Somewhere in the 1890s, okay, there was one person who you don't have to know. Zionist started the Zionist movement. Okay, he felt we Jews are being attacked everywhere. So we need a kind of land for ourselves. We need a country for ourselves because we are being attacked everywhere. So now he thought, where should we develop a land? So they have some kind of Abraham religions. All these things have originated from the Jerusalem. Okay, we all know this thing. Abraham religions like Islam, Judaism, and also Christianity. They have originated from this Jerusalem area. Okay, now they thought this Palestine area. Palestine is not the just the local people name. Palestine is a area. Okay, they thought they have written also in their religious document that historically it is their place. Yes, it used to be their place, but in the middle they have evacuated. Now came the World War One and World War Two. So you know, in the World War Two, this Hitler killed almost 6 million Jews. Now they have started slowly to migrate in this Palestine region. Okay, slowly they are migrating. And I have also told you these Jews people have a lot of money with them. So when there was a Ottoman Empire, before the World War One, there was a Ottoman Empire. Everyone aware of this thing? This area of the Turkey, current Turkey, your Lebanon, all this was ruled by the Ottoman Empire. There was such a big area like this. Ottoman Empire was ruling this thing before the World War One. And after the finish of the World War One, this area came under the British and the France. Half area was under the British and half area was under the France. When the Ottoman Empire was there, these Jews people went there. they have tried to purchase the land. Just like British came into the India, started trading, right? In the same way, Jews went there and started to purchase land. Now, with the amount of money they have also made friends with the British and the French. So British and France made a secret agreement with themselves called the Sykes-Picot Agreement. So this is the thing. Okay. So I have mentioned all these things, biblical roots. Okay, all this, the history of those things and all. Okay, so British and the France, they have made a secret agreement for the Sykes-Picot Agreement, how to divide the territories of the Ottoman Empire after the World War One. After the World War One, there was a Balfour Declaration. In the Balfour Declaration, British has supported the Jewish homeland in the Palestine. So far, it is clear. So after so some of the areas came under the British. At that time, USA was not that powerful. USA became powerful only after the World War II. Okay, so then those days you might be studying in our history also. British was the most powerful. So British said, okay, okay, Jew bros, I will give you Palestine. Okay, the Palestine area will be divided, and some of the area will be given to the Jews, and rest of the thing will be given to the Palestine. Now this Balfour Declaration becomes very important. If you don't write this Balfour Declaration for the mains point of view in the Iran and Israel crisis, then you will not get the marks. Okay, then after World War II, UK, it was the UK's British responsibility to do the partition like in the India. But by the time of the World War II, British became weak, and it said, UN bro, you take care of everything. We are leaving. We don't have money to enter into all this mess. We have created a lot of mess. We have bullshitted every India everywhere. We have created nuisance. Now we can't handle this thing. We are leaving. So UN bro, you handle it. Then UN said, okay, okay, we will divide this Palestine area into the Israel and the Palestine. Okay, this area will be given to the Palestine people. This area will be given into the Jewish people. Okay, so this was the agreement, and they said 1% of the land would be Jerusalem. This will be in the UN monitoring, because this is the most controversial. Jerusalem was claimed by the both Christians, Muslims, and also Israeli people. Okay, so this will be under the UN control. This is what said by the UN. Okay, but by this thing, when these things were happening, Israel declared itself independence in the 1948. Okay, when the Israel declared independence, Arab nations, all those countries like Syria, Lebanon, okay, Syria, Lebanon, and all those things, Egypt, okay, all those Arab states and the states, they have attacked the Israel. Now, for the Israel, it is a existential crisis. These countries, they don't even recognize this thing. Now, UN said, UK said, or all those things are saying, divide the Palestine area for the Israel and the Palestine. Now, the Palestinian people said, even their point is not wrong. Please listen. They said, who the guys are you who came to here now asking our land? You guys are citing some 1,000 years back history, and you are asking to divide our land. So there the Arab people were living. Okay, now they don't want. Who are you guys? Suddenly they came and occupied all the area, and now they are asking half of the land. So for the people of the local Palestinians and local people, the Israel was totally unacceptable. Suddenly, everything they are purchasing the land, they are buying everything, they are asking half of the land. So they were not ready to share, and they have attacked the Israel. 1948 war. Israel versus this thing. These are all the Arab states. Israel won because Arab states, they do not have the unity. They do not have the common cause. For them, for the Israel, it is an existential crisis. If they don't win the war, they are going to be erased, wiped out. They don't have place anywhere. Now you also need to fight in that way, that manner. So when you fight in that manner, things will fall in place. As if you can't survive without that thing. Okay, you have to fight in that manner. So Israel won. So in the 1967, again these nations attacked. In that time, okay, in that time, then Israel not only just attacked. So this was a, if you can you see here? Okay, then now let me come to the 1967. But see here, let me explain you. This was a scenario, British mandate. This was a mandate at that time. No more. Currently, you don't have the Israel and Palestine. Okay, so Balfour Declaration, all these things has happened. UN, okay, plan adoption. Okay, can you see? Let me come to the Suez Canal crisis later on. Okay, let me show you. Okay, this was after the 1967 war. After the 1967 war, the Israel has occupied this thing, West Bank, Gaza, and the Sinai. Okay, and the Golan Heights from the Syria. Very important. Please remember. Okay, they have also some parts of the Lebanon. Okay, some parts of the Lebanon. So that's why they are in conflict with the Hezbollah, who are the militant organization of the Lebanon. And in the Gaza, you have the Hamas, who are the militant organization. So Israel is in conflict with the Gaza. Okay, they are in conflict with the Lebanon, who like Hezbollah military forces, and Golan Heights. Currently, Mount Hermon, you might have heard about. After the Syrian downfall, they have occupied the Mount Hermon. They have bombed the Syria as well. Okay. Now here you have the West Bank and the Palestine. After the 1967, they have not only occupied, they have also made the Israeli settlements. So far it is clear. So far it is clear. What has happened after the 1967 war? So far it is clear what has happened after the 1967 war. Yeah. So they have occupied all these places. Okay. Now Sinai is a part of the Egypt. Then in the 1973, again, these nations combinedly they have attacked the Israel. This time in the 1973, by this time, USA has realized Israel's importance. Some non-Arab country, non-Muslim country is there in the Middle East, and this can be benefit us. This can be a good thing for us. Then USA has supported the Israel. Okay, because of this thing, in the 1973, Israel has won again. But because of the USA negotiations, Israel has given the Sinai back to the Egypt. Then Egypt has negotiated peace deal with the Israel, and they have also made the peace deal with the Jordan. So these are the two countries who have first accepted the existence of the Israel. Currently, you might have heard about the Abraham Accords. Abraham Accords. In these Abraham Accords, Saudi, UAE, Bahrain, even they have also accepted the existence of the Israel, and they are also making the peace deals with the Israel. Because why? Now these are all the Sunni group of countries. They are also not having good relationship with the Shia group Iran. Now they also want to grow economically. So now they are slowly siding with the Israel, the Saudi, UAE, Bahrain, and all. But now, if you see, the Israel is bombing these countries, this Palestine and all. Now they are like neutral. They do not know what to do. Previously, they have supported the Arab states. Now they have themselves distanced. Now USA is also making good relationships with this country. So are you fine? Are you able to understand the links and establish clarity here? So these groups are also now currently becoming the pro-USA, pro-Israel. So after that, this 1973 war is called the Yom Kippur War, where Israel again won the war. Because of the support of the USA, Camp David Accords, that means peace negotiation accords, happened between the Israel and the Egypt. In this, Egypt recognized the Israel's existence, and at the same time, Lebanon has also been accepted. But after this thing, extremists killed the Egypt prime minister and also Israel's prime minister. Okay, this peace deal was not accepted. Then again, local people fought against this Israel again. That is called the first Intifada, and currently last year's people's fight is called the third Intifada. So like this, people have been revolting against this. And at the same time, since the Israel is not giving the Palestine, so there was a group formed that is called the Hamas. This Hamas group in the Gaza area, it was formed in the 1987. This is a extremist group. In the same way, even in the 1960s, okay, in the 1960s, there is another group was formed that is called the Palestine Liberation Organization, formation of the Palestine Liberation Organization. Now, this Palestine Liberation Organizations, it is present in the West Bank, and Gaza is ruled by the Hamas. This is more liberal one, Palestine Liberal Organization. Okay, so Hamas is considered to be as a more as a extremist wing. No. And then after that, again a peace negotiation was happened with the Israel, that is called as a Oslo Accord. That is happened in the 1993. In this Oslo Accord 1993, two-state theory was accepted. Okay, Israel, Israel and the Palestine. But why this thing is not happening? The Arab states, they are not accepting Israel's existing itself, and there is no unity among the Arab states. Have you seen Arab states? In the Arab states, they are divided between the Sunni Shia groups, Sunni and Shia. In the Shia groups, you have this Iran, next Iran, now currently this Syria, this Lebanon is there, and here you have the Saudi, Bahrain, UAE, all these guys are there. Yemen is going through another its own crisis. Okay, now see, there is no unity among themselves. They are saying Israel itself should not exist. So even Oslo Accords did not work. In the 2005, again one more agreement has happened with the with the Saudi Arabia, with the peace negotiation of the Saudi Arabia. Even that thing was not implemented between the Iran and the Israel and the Palestine. That is called the Makkah Agreement. But that was also about the two-state theory. Again, it was not implemented. Okay, it was only partial success. Now, currently, the crisis. Now you might have heard about last year, the Hamas group, they have attacked the Hamas group which was present in the Gaza. They have attacked the Israel. Then this Hamas group was supported by the Lebanon Hezbollah, and these group were supported by the Iran. These group were supported by the Iran. So that's why Israel has first attacked this Hamas, later on this Lebanon, and later on this Iran, and now this Syria. Now have you guys understood why this Israel is attacking all of them? Okay. Have you guys understood? Am I able to clarify your concepts? Okay. Okay. So that's what. Now, Iran, what is India's stand? India is neutral stand. India says we want peace and negotiation. We also support the two-nation theory. We support the stand of the Palestine. We don't go back with our stand on the Palestine. So we are supporting the Palestine. At the same time, we are also having a good relationships with the Israel because of the defense, because of the agriculture. Okay, because of the science and technology and the research. Okay, we have de-hyphenated our policy with the Israel. Dehyphenated means, this is very important. Dehyphenated means don't want to combine any kind of negotiations with the Israel with the two nation. So let that, we support the Palestine, we also support the Israel. So this is what India's stand is. India has not taken its stand back. Even during the recent BRICS summit, India has still reiterated its stand of the two-nation theory. Okay, India has also recognized the Israel's existence in the 1950. India has supported the Palestine cause, and India has a Palestine embassy in the New Delhi. India has voted against the partition of the Palestine in the United Nations in the 1947. Even then, it has supported the Palestine, the statehood. Okay, after 1990s, we have made strategic relationships with the Israel. The reason is we have maintained our defense ties, agriculture cooperation, technological cooperation. Current position, we support the two-state solution, non-engagement with the Hamas. Hamas is a terrorist group. They are present in the Gaza area. So we don't engage with the Hamas. Rather, we engage with the Palestine Liberal Organization that is present in the West Bank region. Now, what is the problem currently? Why they are not able to find the solution in Israel and the Palestine? One problem is these group of people, they want before 1967 borders. In the 1967, they occupied West Bank, they occupied Gaza, Golan, all this, Israel, and also Jerusalem. Now, Palestine want uh, before 1967 kind of territories. Okay, so they want entire West Bank and the Gaza. But Israel says, we are not going to give you these territories. Second thing, we also have our Israeli people settlements in the West Bank. So we are not going to dismantle them. Many people, many Palestine local people, okay, Palestine local people, they have lost their home. How to resettle them and rehabilitate them? Then another major concern is the Jerusalem. Jerusalem was claimed by both the Israel as well as the Palestine. Now Palestine says, give us East Jerusalem. East Jerusalem. But Israel says we need entire Jerusalem. Okay, they are also not ready to make a deal with it. Now, see, Palestine people are also now they are not having citizenship in anywhere. They are the displaced people. Now, how good thing it is. What Israels have gone through, the GVS anti-Semitism, aren't not they doing the same thing towards the Palestine? If they have gone through such a kind of pain and horrors in their past, shouldn't they support the Palestinians currently? Now these people do not have the citizenship. They are citizenless people who are staying in the Gaza's West Bank. They do not have any kind of health facilities, education facilities. If we live in such a kind of state, won't we become extremes? So from there, various extremist organizations are coming up, terrorist organizations are coming up. So military is not going to provide any kind of solution. There has to be a diplomatic stand. So once the nation is formed, then again there has to be a proper relationships between the Israel and the Palestine. So until unless this issue is resolved, there is not going to be a peace engagement between the Israel and the Iran. So am I able to clarify your issue? So see here, Israel, this is the things that they have occupied. Everything, Six-Day War, 1967, 1948 war, Everything I have given there, but I have given you. But from the exam point of view, what you need to remove and you need to study is what is the prime cause of concerns currently. Evolution. In the evolution, you need to study these points. I have given you here the key conflicts and the wars. Okay, here I have given in the summary. Early Foundation, Sykes-Picot, Balfour Declaration, Mandate Period, League of Nations, UN Partition, Key Conflicts, Six-Day War, Yom Kippur War, Peace Oslo, Ongoing Conflict, Second in Israel War, okay, Hamas, Makkah Agreement, Forced Reconciliation. I have given everything in this thing. Rest of the things are again for your references. I have given more thing for the explanation. All this thing is not required. And in between, the Suez Canal crisis also happened. Now, Suez is a area let me cover that thing. Yeah, where is this? Okay, so this is a part from where this is the Suez Canal. Okay, you have okay. There should be some another map. Let me show you. I think this is the map. Now see here. Okay, you guys, this is the Sinai Peninsula, and this is your Israel. Are you guys with me? This is the your Israel, and this is your Sinai Peninsula. So all the majority of the ships they enter this Suez Canal. Okay, from this Suez Canal, this is a part of your Suez Canal, and then they gonna enter into the Gulf of Suez, and this is the Red Sea. Okay, and here you have the Gulf of Aqaba. Okay, and here you have the Gulf of Aqaba. Now all the majority of the ships enter from this region. So this Suez Canal is under the Egypt's control. Israel want to take that control back those days. Okay, but somehow they got defeated, and this question was already asked in the UPSC, Suez Canal crisis. Somehow Israel, USA supported the Egypt. They asked to stop the back off from the war, and so the war got defeated. So the Suez Canal is also very important. This is the area connecting the Mediterranean Sea. This is a canal that is connecting the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea. So as an alternative to this, Israel wants to develop another canal from the Israel entering into the Gulf of Aqaba and then entering into the Indian Ocean. Still, it is in the construction, but it is a very difficult project. So this is also news some 4 years back, 2 years back. So we are also covering comprehensively current affairs that are in the news. Okay, some 2 years back as well. Ben Gurion Canal. This is the canal that is passing through the Israel. So that is also very important topic that you need to study. So now doing the mapping locations wouldn't be very difficult for you. Now, since you have known the Israel, the Suez Canal, now, where are such important canals that are located? Another such important canal is the Panama Canal. Let me show you the Panama Canal. Okay, this is the Panama Canal. From this, okay, this is a Central America. From here, the ships can enter into the Pacific Ocean. This is the Pacific Ocean, and this is your Atlantic Ocean. From here, the Panama Canal, the ships can go like this. Okay, this is also one of the canal, but currently because of the climate change, they are going through the droughts. This canal is getting dried up. So if the canal gets dried up, the ships has to take up this route. Okay, so the Panama Canal water level in the Gatun Lake, this also becomes very important. Panama Canal is severely affected. Now Golan Heights. Okay, now just like Syria is the capital of the Damascus, Lebanon's capital is Beirut. That is a very important point that you need to know. Okay, the Golan Heights is it's a basaltic plateau. Iran has seized the Golan Heights after the 1967 war. Currently, Iran, just like for us, what is that mountain where Indians stand and see? I forgot what is that major glacier where India between the India and Pakistan that undemarcated thing 1980s we have occupied and no, what is that mountain? I'm not able to recall. India also maintains that kind of thing between Pakistan in the Himalayas. What is that? What is that mountain? Can anyone help? Siachen Glacier. Okay, just like Siachen is for India. Okay, this is like by standing here, they are able to see entire Syria. Okay, just like Siachen Glacier for us, they have this Mount Hermon. So this is also in the prelims very important news. Okay, so so this thing. Okay, so you need to be aware of it. Now see, like I've already covered this thing. Now, since I have covered the Syria, from the Syria, another important river that passes through is this Euphrates River. This is also a historical river. And Tigris River. Tigris River is also all these Euphrates rivers and the Tigris River is coming from the Turkey region. And they finally enter into this Gulf. Okay, so this Euphrates River and this Tigris River becomes very important for us. They both of them merge and they finally join into the Kuwait. So I have also tried to add this thing. Okay, Euphrates River create the Shat al Arab flowing into the Persian Gulf. Okay, there is also one more important lake, Lake Assad, formed in the Syria because of this Euphrates River. Okay, this flows through the Syria and the Turkey. So we are covering the very important locations as well. Okay, here you have the Zagros Mountains. Okay, so that is also very important for us. One of the famous mountains that is present in the Iran region. Okay, can you guys see here? Okay, Al Aqaba. Okay, that is also province of the Jordan. Amman is the capital of your Jordan. Here you have the Dead Sea. Okay, Dead Sea is there. So the now see here Gaza. Gaza here you have this. This is the West Bank. Okay, there you have the Tel Aviv. Jerusalem is present here. Then okay, then is Cyprus Island. Cyprus Island is also again some kind of issue is going on. We'll see that later, but just to see this much. Now see this is part of your Israel. This is your Jordan. Okay, and this is your Lebanon, and this is your Syria. Okay, and Syria is bordered with the this is your Iraq. Okay, and here you have the on the top you have the Turkey. Okay, so we have now this is the Kurdish struggle. Like I've already told you, 25 to 35 million people are still living in this area. Okay, so Turkey, Iran, Syria. So this is the Kurdish province. See, Kurdish province is extending into the Syria, Turkey, and also Iran, and also some parts of the Iran. Okay, so this is how it is spreading. This is about the area. Now Lebanon, another important thing here is they have recently used this Litani River as a kind of buffer zone between this Hezbollah and the Israel. Okay, so this Litani River is also in the news that you have to study. And there are the Lebanon mountains and the Bekaa Valley that you can be just have an idea. Okay, Litani River is the longest river entirely flowing within the Lebanon. Okay, there is a Bekaa Valley, broad valley in the central Lebanon present between the Lebanon. You have the Lebanon and the anti-Lebanon mountains. Here there is a Lebanon mountains and there is a anti-Lebanon mountains, and between them you have the Bekaa Valley. Okay, just have an little bit clarity. Okay, and then Levant. This is also one of the UPSC P by Q. This is a region in the this it should be I think Middle East. It should not be Mediterranean if I'm not wrong. Middle East it should be. Okay, this is the Levant region. Okay, can you see this entire the Syria, Turkey, parts of the Turkey, Iran, all these parts are considered to be a Levant region. Okay. Now this is the Atafona coast. I thought let me take up this thing also. This Atafona coast is also in the news from the South America. This coast is in the Brazil nearby the Rio de Janeiro because this region is going through heavier coastal erosion. Okay, and here there is also famous river called the Paraiba River, and this river is getting dried up. Now, this thing I will also use it in the mains. I don't have to frequently study various impacts of the global warming and the climate change. See here how the rivers are getting dried up and how the coastal erosion is happening, especially in the South America, Atafona, Brazil coast, how it is getting affected. That part I will try to mention here. Okay, so are we clear? So are you guys have you enjoyed the class? Have you enjoyed this all these concepts of the Iran and Israel? Hmm? Have you got the entire crystal clarity? Now now you go and study the newspaper, anything related to this Israel, Iran, everything you guys will be able to easily understand. So I have covered it very comprehensively in a comprehensive manner. Yeah. So do you want me? Shall we continue? It's 1.5 hour class. Okay, it would be till 8 o'clock. Okay, I'm moving ahead. Just take 2 minutes break. I will be continuing with the some more topics of the environment. Now I will be entering into the area of the environment and some other places of the mapping. Few more things we'll do. Just take 2 more minutes break. Okay, so here itself, then I'll continue for a few more minutes before I enter into the next area. So far, any guys, any kind of doubts you guys are facing, any things, any issues, any doubts so far? Kiran, Shivani, Jay, you guys have you understood the concepts? So now you must have heard, I must have been clear by now why there is Israel versus Iran conflict and why there is conflict between the Iran and the Sunni countries and why Israel is in conflict with the Lebanon and why there is a conflict with the Hamas and who are these Hamas and what is the Israel versus Palestine issue. Okay, everything has been cleared. In the previous session, we have also done with the UAE. Okay, we have clarified our conceptual clarity regarding the UAE. Okay. Now see, now Chardham Highway project. It is also in the news. It's also one of the important religious tourism project. Now why? Now you need to understand why this thing in the news. Okay, so what are those Chardhams? Okay, Yamunotri, Gangotri, Kedarnath, and the Badrinath. Okay, so these are the major important locations. Why these are present in the hilly areas. In the hilly areas, the topography is very weak. These are all sedimentary rocks, and this is a tectonically unstable area. Means this is the area where there is a frequency of more earthquakes can come. Okay, now in these areas already the lithology is so weak, the rock systems are very weak. Now you are destroying the rocks and constructing the roads, so there can be highest possibility of the earthquakes here. So all the areas you might have heard in the news last year also, there is a submergence of areas are going on. Some areas are getting sinked, right? In the areas are getting sinked and submerged. So you guys have heard about this thing. So that's why the Chardham project was in the news. National Green Tribunal has also halted the construction of the going ahead with the project, and that's why NGT was asked. Okay, they have also asked about the NGT in the recent UPSC mains. So they have went into the Supreme Court. Supreme Court somehow considering the positive effects of this project, they have given the clearance. Okay, so environmental concerns that have been highlighted by the NGO, many sides of the mountain slopes along there are unstable. So they can cause the flash floods. They can trigger the landslips. Landslips means the land, okay, this is the way the land is there. If the land is slipping, so that is called submergence. Okay, so this can cause earthquakes, instability in the regions and all. So but how somehow Supreme Court has given the go ahead for that region, so that you should be need aware of. Bomb access. Have you guys heard about this bomb issues? So more than somewhere 20 30, okay, the bomb access, bomb calls, people are calling to these airlines, and they are saying there is a bomb threat to the airline. So how many lakhs or crores the people might lose? Okay, suddenly the flight has to take off. They are receiving the bomb threats, and they have to land that flight, and they have to go for this checking and all. So that's why it is in the news. Now in this context, we need to know some organizations that are relevant for this civil aviation. Okay, so we follow a international standard called International Civil Aviation ICAO Chicago Convention. This Chicago Convention is very important. Who introduced this Chicago Convention? What are this Chicago Convention? This is like rules and standards regarding all the airlines that has to follow while flying in the sky, or general guidelines. Just a kind of framework that has to be followed for the civil aviation. Who has brought this Chicago Convention? This is a ICAO, International Civil Aviation Organization. Now, this is a very important body. I have told you, UN has a six principal organs and many special organs. This ICAO is one of the special organ of the UN, and it has brought the Chicago Convention. And India has ratified this Chicago Convention. All the safety guidelines are followed as per the Chicago Convention. Now we have two organizations as in this Chicago Convention, as per this convention in our safety protocol. One thing is Director General of the Civil Aviation, and another is the Bureau of the Civil Aviation Security. Both of them are under the Ministry of the Civil Aviation, and both of them are the statutory bodies. And this takes care of the security, and this takes care of the standards. What should be the standard of the aircraft? How should the aircraft, how many seats it should allow, what should be fair prices, and all those standards, it will be taken care by the Directorate General of the Civil Aviation. Bureau of the Civil Aviation takes care of the security related measures. Okay, and there are also various things that are going into the people, that they should amend the Aircraft Act 1934, Aircraft Rules 1937, to bring more stringent punishment. Like whoever doing this bomb access, bring them under the no fly list. Means those people who are doing this access, they should never be allowed to enter into the any kind of flight. Okay, let's make this kind of amendments and make the punishment stringent. This is what recommendations have come in the various newspapers. So that's why I have covered all those things. This was in the news some 2 3 months back. So we have covered the aspects related to that thing. Okay. Now, another topic of the environment. Now, why this thing is in the news? Okay. This turtles, tortoise, and terrapins. Okay. These three things always in the news because we have Indian star tortoise. They were being, like I have mentioned, made this Instagram reel also. Okay. They look very small and cute. Okay, so they were used as a pets. They were smuggled into the different nations, and they were being used as a kind of being used as a kind of pets. So that's why it became news. Indian star tortoise. See, it is found in the India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. It is generally found in the scrub and the grasslands. Okay, so here that's why we need to study about not just the tortoise but also turtles and the terrapins. Okay, generally when I say turtles, They are the seawater living type. All these tortoises, turtles, terrapins are similar animals, but terrapins live in the marine or freshwater. Marine or the freshwater. Sorry, yeah, terrapins live in the marine or the marine or the freshwater. Turtles live in the seawater, and tortoises generally live on the land. See here, these are the grazers that aid in the seed dispersal. So this the question can be asked. And here the IUCN status is vulnerable, and in the appendix sites, and they are in the appendix 1 and in the Wildlife Protection Act schedule 1. Okay, now let's also understand about the various turtle species. Totally we have 29 freshwater turtles and the tortoise in in India, which we find. Okay, I have also tried to give the differences between them. You need not know all the differences, just know these terrapins, they live in the river, and this tortoise on the land, and turtles in the sea. This much of difference is enough. And here, and also tortoise are the herbivores animals, and these are the cold-blooded things. And the turtles, they are like omnivores, they can eat anything. Okay, so that thing. Uh, Now, before coming to the sea turtles in India, let me go through this thing. Where is that thing? 29 turtles. 29. Where is that? Ah, okay. So totally there are 29 species, 24 freshwater turtles and the 5 tortoise. So totally 29 species of the turtles and tortoise. Should we do we need to study all of them? No, it is not required. Okay, we need to study the only important things. Plus, apart from this, we also have the sea turtles, 5 species of the sea turtles in India. Remember these 5 species of the sea turtles. Of this, now see here, this hawksbill sea turtle is critically endangered. We study more about the olive ridley turtle. You need to know this is the vulnerable, but this is not a critically endangered. But because we read more about this thing. Okay, have you heard about the Gahir Mata sanctuary? Gahir Mata sanctuary. These are the turtles that live in the sea area. Generally, they swim all the Bay of Bengal, and they come into the Orissa's Gahir Mata coast, and they hatch eggs there. They lay the eggs there. So this Gahir Mata is a nesting site for this olive ridley turtles. Nearby this Gahir Mata site, you also have the Abdul Kalam Island. In the Abdul Kalam Island, what do we do in the Abdul Kalam Island? Can someone tell me what testing we do at the Abdul Kalam Island? Missile testing we do. Okay, so anti-ballistic missiles, which the Israel has done, we also test such anti-ballistic missiles. Sometimes, in order to facilitate this nesting, this missile testing will also be halted. So that's why I want you guys to remember this 5 sea turtles of this. This is the vulnerable, and this is the critically endangered. So whenever it is a critically endangered, we have to remember that thing. Threats to turtle, general thing: over harvesting, habitat loss, climate change, illegal trade, pollution. So various conservation efforts. Sea turtle project, Wildlife Protection Act is already there. CITES is also there. Okay, this is the olive ridley turtle I'm talking about. The smallest sea turtle, vulnerable. Okay, then apart from this, from the terrapins, we have this is very important. This is Batagur baska. This is Batagur kachua. Both of them are critically endangered. Okay, they are native to the Southeast Asia, including the India and the Bangladesh. So these are the very important. Another fresh species sea turtle is a black soft shell turtle. This is also critically endangered. So these are the critically endangered, and that is in the news. Now, which is the organization that helps in this poaching, smuggling, and all? So that is a Wildlife Crime Control Bureau. It is the statutory organization under the Wildlife Protection Act, under the section 38 of the Wildlife Protection Act. This is mandated to collect the intelligent information in order to reduce this poaching and smuggling related activities. So this becomes very important for your prelims. Okay, and this also do the coordination with the international organizations and the international bodies. Okay, and various initiatives are taken up by this Wildlife Crime Control Bureau. That is the Operation Clean Out, Save Kurma. You need to know. Okay, just have an idea what is this about. Let's know. Operation Soft Gold, Operation Birbil. This is given in your India Airwork. So that's why it is very important that we should have an idea about this thing. Apart from this, we also have a central sector scheme called the Integrated Development of the Wild Habitat. Integrated Development of the Wild Habitat means, now say this is the entire habitat. Instead of focusing this much, instead of developing this much, we are trying to develop this entire area. We are not focusing on the small pockets. When you focus on the entire ecosystem, this helps us in a proper conservation, right? Now see, if I have to take care of your mentorship and all, if I just focus on one subject, if I just tell you some things, it will not work. I'm taking care of your entire thing where you are struggling, then I will be able to better guide you. So this is called integrated habitat protection, integrated wildlife development. So this is very important scheme. So this is like protection of the wildlife outside the protection areas, critically endangered animals, funding is done, and also whoever the rural local people that is there living here, they are also being protected. This has to be used in the mains. This has to be used in the GS4 as a kind of suggestion for the for your answers in the case studies. Many people ask me, sir, we want to start case study preparation and all, but your case study preparation and also ethics preparation will be stronger when you done your GS1, 2, 3 properly. Only then you will be able to utilize all these schemes and write a comprehensive answer. Okay. Then apart from this, you also have the Wildlife Institution of India. Now, this is not a statutory body, remember. This is under the Ministry of the Environment. This is like for the research purposes, what we can do to conserve the animals, what we can do to protect them. Okay, so that is there. Now, in collaboration with the National Tiger Conservation Authority, they are conducting the tiger census. Okay, we'll come to the tiger census, tiger thing later on. Now, who is this National Tiger Conservation Authority? Again, this is a statutory body formed by amendment of the Wildlife Protection Act in the 2006 to implement the tiger census and also the project tiger. Okay, so that is the important point. Horseshoe crab, these are also rare types of the crabs that are found in the Orissa coast. Now this animal, according to the IUCN, the data about this is very minimal, but they are least concerned. But still, we are concerned about this crabs because they are the very ancient species. They are existing till from the 445 million years. So studying this species will give us a lot of information about the past. So they are like living fossils. Fossil means dead remains, right? We study those fossils to understand about the ancient past. But when we study these things, they are giving us information about the ancient past. Okay, they are like living fossils. So they become very important for us. Okay, so olive ridley turtle, I have told you, the Hope Island is also called as a Abdul Kalam Island, where the Andhra Pradesh gone. Sorry, this is another thing. The Abdul Kalam Island is different. This Hope Island is present at the Kakinada coast. Recently, at the Kakinada coast, government has introduced a fishing ban in order to protect these olive ridley turtles. These olive ridley turtles swim this entire Bay of Bengal coast before they go into the they enter into this Orissa region. Okay, so that's why this olive ridley turtle becomes very important. Various governments like Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, they are taking various measures to protect these turtles. Okay, so that's why they are very important. This Gahir Mata Sanctuary is a very important site where these olive ridley turtles lay their eggs. Okay, so IUCN vulnerable schedule 1 appendix 1, this we have already discussed. Now I also want you to discuss. So this is here you have the Gahir Mata Sanctuary. At the same place, you also see there is a one more important river, Baitarini River, and the Brahmani River. Brahmani River, this is a river flowing in the Orissa region, and Baitarini River, that is coming from the Jharkhand region. Both of them merge together and form the delta to this nearby Gahir Mata. Here itself, we have the Abdul Kalam Island. And can you see here Mahanadi Delta? This Mahanadi Delta is formed at the Paradip coast. Okay, here you have the another lake called the Chilka Lake. Here you have the Rushikulia River, another important river. Okay, so Subarna Rekha is also another important river that you need to remember. Subarna Rekha, Bhaitarini, Brahmani, Mahanandi, and the Rushikulia are some of the east flowing rivers that you need to study. Okay, this is the Wheeler Island and the Abdul Kalam Island that is present here. Okay, some important dams that you need to study in the Orissa is the Hirakud Dam that is present on this Mahanadi River. And okay, on the Brahmani River, you have the Rengali Dam, Bali Mela Dam, another important river. This is present on the Saileru River, which is the tributary of the Godavari. Some of the important facts for the prelims that you need to study. Indravati River. Since I have taken up the Orissa, I have tried to take up the mapping section related to the nearby areas. Indravati River is a tributary of the Godavari. Again, it is also having the Indravati Dam for the power generation and the irrigation purposes. You have two important major tiger reserves in the Orissa, Simlipal and the Satkoshia. Simlipal is also another important national park. Okay, in the national parks, you have the Simlipal National Park and the Bhaitarkanika National Park. Bhaitarkanika is also famous for the mangrove forest and the saltwater crocodiles. See here, the Bhaitarkanika, this Brahmani and Baitarani rivers are forming the delta. That's why very important. This Brahmani and Baitarani are forming the delta at the Baitarkanika National Park. Saltwater crocodiles, very important. Okay, Simlipal Biosphere Reserve is also national park and it is also biosphere reserve. Very important thing. Okay, here itself I have given some of the tiger reserves. Okay, we will also do those aspects of the tiger reserves later on also. Okay, will be covered. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, we will be doing the project Cheetah. These things, project Cheetah, everything related to the project Cheetah in the next class. In the next class, we will be doing uh, this various current affairs facts, and then we will be doing about the CBD. Then we will doing about this Nagoya Protocol, IG targets. You might be how you might have heard about the recent news about the COP16 that has happened in the Colombia. Okay, all these things about the climate finance, that was a recent meeting of the biodiversity, geoengineering, all these things that are happening in the news and defense acquisition councils, these things we'll try to cover. Okay. So I don't know why many students have not paying proper attention. Few students leave. Okay, they think current affairs is the easy aspect. We don't have to study anything, but that's not true. Okay, current affairs is not that easy aspect. This requires a lot of knowledge. Only when the person has very good command of the entire current affairs, then only he will be able to deliver you the right content. You might be seeing many current affairs on the YouTube who have the shallow knowledge. Just they are just reading the lines which have been just mentioned there. They don't do any kind of conceptual clarity. They are just reading the factual thing. They will not have the in-depth knowledge of what is happening in the Israel Palestine. They miss that kind of connection. So it is very important that you have this kind of current affair knowledge. Uh, mm, uh, s- so that's it. That's it. I have to wanted to communicate. Okay, there would be some more one or two more open sessions will be there. Okay, so this current affairs paid module, which is 1,000 rupees per month, will be starting in the December last week or from the January first month. 3 or 4 open sessions will be there. So this is the second open session. Already one open session has been delivered, and the videos have been uploaded in the YouTube. You guys can go through the video. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the content, and this whatever the current affairs I provide, they are holistic in nature. By now, so whoever guys have attended the session, by now you guys might have understood how holistic it is. Okay, we have covered from the mains point of view. We know what is the crisis between the Israel and Palestine. Whatever the main question comes, you will be in a position to answer them in the Iran point of from the IR point of view. You also know the mapping. You are also studying the mapping from the Indian point of view. So prelims and the mains are getting covered in a comprehensive manner. Okay, see, everything comes with some kind of cost. Obviously, in order to do this, all these efforts and all, so I will not be able to do if I am not getting paid, right? So yes, so that's why I have to charge a fees. A few things cannot be delivered free, because that has to be done. It requires effort and the time. When the things are delivered free, there will be no seriousness, because obviously when the things are not there, when the things are not working or sustainable for the long term, it will not yield the good results. Okay, I think 1,000 rupees is the reasonable fees. You are also getting the materials, and you don't have to study anything else. So all things will be taken care. Okay, those who are willing to join the program just can confirm me at the rate Atik 991. Okay, so that's it for the session today. I hope you guys have liked the session. It will be weekly, 2 or 3 sessions, 2 hours each. Like 2 or 3 sessions of weekly. So it would be like this. So I may take 2 hours. Currently, I have taken only 1.5 hour. So in case if more topics has to be covered, I will be taking 4 sessions. But usually 2 or 3, it should be suffice to cover all the current affairs related to those things, and also the pending ones. It will be taken care. Okay, Samity. So that's it for today. That's it for today. Thanks for attending the session.